Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a large Killstar haul. So I hope you enjoy this video. I know I've done quite a few recently, but I hope you enjoy this one too. Do subscribe if you like clothing hauls, and I will get into the video. I bought some shoes. Oh dear. So yeah, I've got 2 pairs of shoes to show you. Some clothing and also an accessory, so quite the variety there. So I'm going to put these gigantic boxes down. I think they did a Valentine's Day sale like a week before Valentine's Day, so I ordered this on that week and they had 20% off, and I also had a £20 gift card. So I've got some really cool things to show you. As I've said in my previous Killstar hauls, they've been very much like half of it I've loved and half of it I've sent back, and it is the same again. So I've got 3 things that I'll be keeping and 2 things that I will be sending back. These are all first impressions, so I can't tell you how they wash, how they wear over time, but I can kind of show you the details, the quality, the sizing, and I will have a try on of each piece after I have finished talking about it to give you an idea of what it looks like on. So I do hope that is helpful. I guess we'll start with the shoes. So one of these items I got from Kates Clothing and the rest I got from Killstar. So for Killstar I've got a £5 off voucher. Now I believe that this should stack on top of any discounts on their website. The link is in the description box below. I'll leave it at the top, but it is a link and it should give you £5 off. I do get a £20 gift card in return, which is very lovely, so it does help me to haul this stuff. So thank you if you do use that, and thank you to those who have, because I always use those gift cards off of my orders. And for Kates Clothing I've got a 30% off code. It does drop back down to 20% in March, so if you're after something, definitely get it now. If you're after these shoes and they have your size, definitely get them from Kates Clothing, because she does like free returns. She's an amazing company to support, and you can get 30% off of them, so it's a very good deal. The code for that is simply _spooky. I will leave it on the screen for you here. I also have a link as well, so I will leave both of them in the description box for you. But I would always get my stuff from Kates Clothing as long as she has the stuff that I want, but I do have some codes if you are wanting to buy some stuff. So I'll start with the boots. I looked at these for quite a few months and they sold out of my size, which is usually a 4, because I've got the, I think they're called the Cosmic Soles ankle boots, soles, I don't know, something with those words in it, and they were so popular when they released, and they actually sold out. Then they restocked them and then I bought them, and I was very skeptical of Killstar shoes because I like to buy mainly leather shoes, and I get questions why I like leather shoes. They're just better quality and I trust them a lot better. So I really love leather shoes. I've got like New Rock shoes and boots, Underground, like Winkle Pickers, which are leather, and I've just had them for years and they've lasted and lasted. And I don't think Killstar stitched their shoes. I could be wrong, so that makes me a bit more skeptical as well. But I bought those boots because I really liked them, and I wanted them because they have the same height as the New Rock spring boots, but they're not as warm, so I could wear them for like spring, summer, autumn, whereas my spring boots are like thermal boots almost. They're so thick, they're perfect for the winter, but I can't really wear them in the summer because they're a bit too much. So I bought those boots. I've had them for over a year. I've worn them loads. I've worn them for short journeys into town. I've worn them on all-day London trips, and they're so comfortable and I do trust them now. My main worry is the sole separating from the shoe, because I've seen it happen to other people's Killstar shoes, especially the Creepers. I don't think I would ever buy the Creepers. So anyway, after having such a good experience with those, I decided to buy some more shoes. So these are called the Limelight boots, and I honestly expected to send these back because whilst I loved the design of them and they're so different to the shoes that I already have, they only had a 3 and I bought the other shoes in a 4, and they fit me really well if I wear like thick socks. So I ordered the 3 thinking they're probably going to be too tight, and also I was really unsure about the height of them because they are platformed, but they are almost like a high heel platform. So I'll show you what they look like now, but this is the shoe. They're so like over the top and dramatic. I absolutely love them. But these are the Limelight boots, and I got these for 80 £2.39, but I did have a gift card that was taken off at the end, so that probably takes a bit off of each item. But I absolutely love these. I think these look very like, I don't know what the style is. Is it like 70s? Because I know the new rock style like this is called the 70 platform. So I'm not sure if that's the style of these, but I just thought they were really cool. I'll show you the kind of details of these. So they've got a very high chunky platform, as you can see. I think the heel of this is about 13 or 15 centimeters. It is very high. Actually, I'll measure it now. I have my little broken bone ruler. So the height of the heel is 13 centimeters, and then the height at the front is about 8 centimeters. So they're definitely high up, but probably no higher at the front than like the spring boots, I would say. So they're just heeled, which makes them a little bit different to the other shoes that I own. But they're very heavy actually, but like heavy in a way that feels good quality, which I really like. I always stay away from the Killstar shoes that have foam soles. I just can't stand them. They feel light, but like cheapy light to me, and I've had issues with foam soles being really narrow and they just get stones in the bottom of them, because I had the Iron Fist ones and they drove me crazy. So these are really nice. They almost look like a wood platform. They're not wood, but they have this kind of effect that makes them almost look like it, and they're very, very solid. So that's what the heel looks like. My main concerns, other than the things I've mentioned, is if they've got good grip and if they're wide enough, because I see a lot of alternative and Gothic brands do platforms and they're either like a wedge, which is awful, I would fall over, they're just not wide enough, or the grip of them is non-existent. So I was really impressed with both of these shoes. So first of all, the grip is amazing. Like, it's got all of these like patterns in it, which gives them loads of grip, and also they're a really good width. Like, I'm very happy with the width of these. They're not as wide as my new rock ones, but they're definitely like a good width. They kind of look like a standard width, which I think is really, really good. The rest of them is quite plain, to be honest. So they're just like a fake leather ankle boot, I would say. They do say Killstar with a pentagram across there, and the main kind of detail on these is it's got this huge like chunky, I think it's like a pentagram or like a Baphomet on here, which connects to the zip that goes all the way down the side. So I'll show you the charm up close. I think it is a Baphomet because it's like 3D. Again, not usually the style I go for, but I just thought they looked really cool in all of the model photos. And then it's got this really chunky zip that just goes all the way down to the front, and they're so easy to put on because of this. And then inside they just say Killstar in there, and I didn't realise, but it says, "I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees." Whatever that means. So yeah, that's the saying inside. But that's kind of the details of these. They are quite simplistic, but I think very, very effective. The zip feels like quite stiff, but not stiff in a way that feels like it's going to break. It feels more like it might just take a few uses to kind of loosen it up. I feel like if you continuously pulled it by this, I don't think that's a good idea. I always kind of grip it near here when I pull them down, because I'm not sure how well that would hold up. I'd say that's my only real concern. So that is what these look like. Very, very cool. And also, just from trying them on and walking around the house a bit, they seem a lot more comfortable than I thought. When I bought these, I was expecting them to be like ridiculously high to the point where I wouldn't feel comfortable walking in them. I think they would take a little bit more getting used to, because they are higher than what I normally wear, but not so much that I would feel uncomfortable. I did do the stairs in my house in these, and I did kind of have to walk sideways down them, but I managed it. So I don't think these are as intimidating as they look. That's what they look like together. really cool. Sizing wise, I got them in a 3 and they fit me perfectly. If anything, there's a little bit more room, so if I wanted to wear thicker socks I could, but I was really surprised that these did fit me. But I did ask in the Killstar group and people said that they ran a little bit big, which I was really glad about because that means I get to have them. And I did message Killstar asking if they were restocking them in a 4, and they said they don't have any plans to as of yet. So that doesn't mean that they won't, but it didn't really give me an answer. So I got the 3 and chanced it, and I'm really glad I did because they fit me perfectly. But I would say that they run a little bit bigger compared to the other Killstar shoes. Quality wise, the sole feels like a really nice quality. The leather feel like the fake leather feels nice, but I can't really say too much about quality because that's very much like as you wear them you kind of get to know how comfortable they really are and also how well they do hold up. So I can't really say too much about that, but overall I absolutely love them. I couldn't stop looking at them yesterday when they arrived, and I can't wait to wear these. I think they're really cool. So that was the Limelight boots, and I got those from Killstar. And then the next pair of shoes I got from Kates Clothing, and these are, I think, the second newest pair of shoes they've brought out, because they've now brought out those like snake print with the gold that actually look quite cool. I wouldn't get them, but I do think they're a really cool design. But these are called the Killstar Wednesday platform shoes, and these are so cute. So I got these in a 4 and they fit me perfectly. So the sizing is inconsistent. They fit me better than the 3. Like the 3 in the boots have a little bit more room, not to the point where they're too big, but I could wear like different socks with them. But the 4s fit me perfectly. Like I could wear them without socks and they still fit me really well. So these probably run a little bit smaller or like standard, because I feel like these are a little bit smaller than the Cosmic ankle boots, if that helps you kind of determine the sizing. But these were, I think, £115 when they came out, which to me is very ridiculous when it comes to fake leather shoes. I don't like paying over 100 for fake leather shoes. So yeah, £113.99, which I think is very expensive, but I managed to save £34.20 off, so I got them for £79.79, which I don't think is a bad deal for these. And I did use Heavy Metal Mama's code, which got me 30% off, but as I said, you can use either hers or my code and get 30% off these as well if they have your size, or any of the Killstar stuff they do. They definitely have a large collection. But this is the shoe, again, ridiculously high, and I love it. So these are more of like a patent fake leather, like a PVC almost. I actually bought these at the same time because I knew the 30% off was only going to last until the end of February, so I was like, I'll get them now and I'll have both of these and compare. And then, because I really expected one of them not to suit me or not to fit me, and I am keeping both because I absolutely love both of them. So the features of these are, again, they've got this platform. These really look like the camel soles from Demonia. They really, I mean, they look exactly like that, to be honest. And the size of these, about 12.5 centimeters for the heel. They're slightly smaller than the other ones, and then 7 centimeters, or roughly 7 centimeters for the platform at the front. So they're slightly smaller, but they're still very high. Like if I compare them side by side, they're both very heavy. Like you can see that the boot sits a little bit higher, but really not by much. And this looks like it has a higher slope down than this one. The details of this, and this might be a bit difficult to show, is there, as I said, like a shiny fake leather. I love a shiny fake leather. The soles of them, again, very, very grippy, which I really like. Grippy. Is that a word? I don't know. Lots of grip. And I think these are the exact same as these. Yeah. The grip on these stick out a little bit more than this, but they are the same design. And again, as you can see, they're a nice width. Like, they're not narrow, they're not like a wedge or anything. Like, you definitely have a lot of grip on here and you don't feel like wobbly when you are wearing these, so that's very important when it comes to platforms. So the design of the front of these is basically a pentagram. I've gone for all the pentagram things today, but it's made out of these, like, I don't know if it is PVC or like a shiny patent fake leather, I'm not sure, but either way it's got that material in kind of like thin strips to form a pentagram. If I show you the front, hopefully you can see. That's better. So yeah, you can see like the pentagram. So if you wore these with like no socks or like white socks or something lighter coloured, you'd see the pentagram like so obviously, and it'd be really cute. And then they've got this ankle strap that goes like around your ankle. There is a buckle on the side here, so you can adjust them and get them to fit you really well, but also there is a zip at the back, and this feels like a really like sturdy zip. It's not stiff or anything, but it also isn't loose to the point where it feels cheap. And then it does have a Killstar logo zip here, so it just feels like a really good quality, and you can definitely get your foot in there without having to undo the buckle, so that's really good too. So very easy to put on, just like the other ones. I just thought these are such a cute pair of summer platforms. I feel like I've always looked for a summer pair of platforms. I don't really trust Demonia from what I've seen. I'm sure some of their shoes are really nice, like I love the designs, but I've seen so many photos of the soles off them, and also I've heard that Demonia come up really wide and I've got like quite narrow or like normal, like not wide feet, so I don't think Demonia would be a good match for me. I've always struggled to find a really good pair of summer like really goth platform shoes, and I just think this is it, because your foot still has like room to breathe, because the only part inside the shoe is like your toes here. So they'd be good for the summer, but they're still really cool and really goth looking. And width wise on the front, they look quite wide, but as I said, I do have like normal to narrow feet, I would say, and they fit me really well, so I'm not sure how it would be for people who have wide feet. I can't really say too much about that, but again, these feel very, very heavy. The boots definitely are heavier, but these still have a lot more weight to them than I thought they would have, which again is nice, because I like weighty shoes because I feel like it makes them feel higher quality, so I don't mind that about these. And I just think, every time I look at them, I'm just like, they're so cool. But that is what they look like, and they catch the light amazingly as well. First impressions, I really like them. The details I think are again simplistic but very effective. That is the Wednesday platforms, and I got them from Kates Clothing, so if you are after these, do use my code from Kates Clothing. Then we move on to the clothes and accessories. I was definitely so excited about the shoes. I was more excited about the shoes than I thought I would be. Like, I knew I was excited, but this was like a whole other level. So this, again, it came up very recently, and it's called the WANDA harness. I did get this in an, it says XSM, so I'm guessing that's extra small to medium, and this was £22.40 in the sale. And then again, I got a gift card off of this. Now this will be quite hard to show you because it's just like a bunch of fake leathery straps, and I've wanted a harness for a really long time. It's good for those kind of more plain outfits, or maybe you have a floral dress and you kind of want to like grunge it up or add some like trad goth elements to it. I feel like these are a really good way to do that. However, a lot of them have just been like, the straps are really wide on them that I feel like they'd be really uncomfortable, or they've got like crazy neck straps, which I'm really not into. I prefer to wear like either a choker or a necklace or something, so I'm not into neck straps. But this one came out and it's the most simplistic one I think they've done, and this was literally perfect. So this O-ring goes on the back, and then you've got these two straps. Again, it's going to be quite difficult to show you. These two straps sit on your shoulders, and then you've got these kind of there. Then it's got two kind of buckles that would sit around your waist to kind of like pull that area in. So again, it's really difficult to show you, but these would sit on your waist, and then you've got these two straps that would sit kind of going up your shoulders, and then this would sit at the back. So I will do a try on of this to show you a little bit better, but I think this was just like the perfect item. The buckles on this are like, I think it's like a gunmetal colour, but it's like a deep grey, which is nice, and that matches all of the kind of hardware on here. Like the O-rings are the same colour, and so are these buckles. So the rings feel like a nice quality. The straps are thin, which is what made me like it, but they do feel like sturdy enough. Like they don't feel flimsy or anything. They do seem to hold their shape. So I do think that this feels like a nice quality for a harness that's got thinner straps. You could also wear this the other way around. If you did like the neck straps, you could wear this around your neck and then tie it up at the back. So you could wear it both ways, whichever one you like. And you can also tighten these. It's got multiple holes, which is good. And you can also tighten or loosen these. So I actually tightened them because it was a bit loose. So it actually sat like this. So you've got two of these ones and then two of these. So you could either have it like that, or you could pull this forward. So you've got one that isn't on anything, and it doesn't seem to like flick up or anything. So you can definitely tighten or loosen these, which is really good. So it's very adjustable. Again, it doesn't seem flimsy. It tends to keep its shape, which is nice. The only thing I would say is these straps that you tie around your waist are quite difficult to pull through this. I don't know if it's just because it's like newer, so it's more stiff, but because I believe fake leather can peel, I'm not sure if this would peel over time. That would be my only concern, because these are very like tight to this, so they are a little bit more difficult to put through. So that would be my only concern with this. But overall, I'm really happy with this. I'm really glad I got this one, because it's kind of the perfect harness, because it's more simplistic, but it still adds the grunginess to an outfit without looking like completely over the top with like a bunch of neck straps and all of that. So I think this is a good one if you've never worn like a harness before. So yeah, I did get this one and really happy with it. But again, the quality will kind of be an over time thing to see if the fake leather does peel or anything. And the sizing, like as I said, I had to adjust the straps and tighten the straps around the waist quite a lot, and I am a small, so I'd imagine it would fit both an extra small and a medium as well. Then we move into the two items I will be sending back. So I'm not actually keeping any clothing from this haul, which is very surprising. So when this top came out, this is called the Sorrow for Sin top. Immediately when I saw it, I was like, yes, I'm absolutely getting that. And it's, I can't find it among like all the black. And it's basically a velvet vest top. And if you've been following my channel, I love velvet. This top's in fact, the skirt I'm wearing is also velvet. I just love velvet. It's one of my favourite, it's probably my favourite material, closely followed by like leather and lace. Like those are definitely my top three. It's probably every like goth person out there. But yeah, I just love velvet. So when they released this top, I was like, that's so cute. It's got like a cross on it, which makes it kind of vampy. Like I really liked it, but it's not what I was expecting, and I don't feel like it looks like how it looks on the model. Basically, it's got this lace around the front, like around the neckline, which I think is nice. I don't like that it's kind of spiky looking at the ends. It just makes me think of like Primark lace cami tops. I don't know why. But I'm not a fan of this type of finish to the lace. I think it detracts from it. I know it's such like a simple thing, but I do think it affects it. And then it's got that all around the neckline, and then at the front there's a bow and this cross in like enamel. Then it is ruched kind of at the front, and then it's just like a plain cami vest top. So the straps are velvet, and then the top's velvet. It's not a crushed velvet, it's actually very soft. It feels like a really nice kind of quality, but the straps are very strange. So from here to here they are velvet, but then you have the adjustable straps, which I'm glad they have that, and then it goes into this. Now this is stretchy. This is made of that like elastic material that some tops have. However, I've adjusted it as much as it can go because of this velvet, and it still is stretching because of this material. I get that they don't want the adjustable straps on the velvet, and I guess having it like this means you get the velvet at the front, which will look nice, but I don't like these adjustable straps that are stretchy. Like I like the adjustableness of it, but I don't feel like you should have to have a stretchy material as well. I feel like that defeats the point, unless you had no adjustable things on it, in which the stretchiness would make sense. I didn't like that detail of it. Whilst the velvet feels nice quality, it's a lot thinner than I thought it would be. You can see my face through it without stretching it, and then you stretch it and it becomes even more see-through. So it's definitely a thinner velvet, I would say. But the main reasons that I didn't like this was, first of all, it came up very big. I did get it in a small. I always get stuff in a small usually. However, this top comes up very big. It was even like loose around the waist. It was very loose in like the chest, and the straps were very big as well. It's just like a very big top, and when I got it out I thought that is very wide for a small. Like if I hold it up from here to here, like that unstretched doesn't look like a small, and it is also a kind of, it has like a little bit of stretch to it as well. So I just thought that's very wide for a small. So I would size down, because if I wanted to keep this I would have to send it back for an extra small, and that could be why it doesn't sit as nicely as I wanted it to. So that was the first reason. The sizing of this is a bit all over the place. The other reason is it's more cropped than I thought it would be. Like it almost looks like one of those fancy bralette things. Like it's a bit longer, but it's definitely more cropped than I really thought it would be. And the other reason is I didn't like the neckline. On the model it sits like a nice, almost like a sweetheart neckline, maybe not as like defined, but it sits really nicely, and this is more of a V-neck, and I don't know if it's just the sizing isn't right, but it definitely sits like this, and I just really didn't like that. Again, it gave me like Primark cami top vibes from it, like the V-neck with this like weird spiky lace, and it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be like. Like it literally just sat like this, and I was like, ugh. That's not how it sat on the model. Again, it could be a sizing issue, but it's just not the type of top I expected, and when I put it on I was like, I definitely don't like this. Like I wish it sat like this. If it sat like this, or even if it sat like that, I'd be quite happy, but it literally sits like this. So it's just not what I thought it would be. So this one will be going back. Let me know if you have this, like did that do the same for you? And the last item in this haul is like a bunch of stuff with like velvet, PVC, buckles, just everything thrown at it. And this is called Dystopian Dynasty Dress, I think is how you say it. I got this in a small, oh, and the other velvet top I just showed you is I got for £21.59. It's alright. And this dress was £47.99 in the sale, so it's definitely more expensive, but it does have a bunch of different things going on with it. It's a bit more low cut than I would feel comfortable just wearing out like in normal life. So I'll go through the details first, and there are a lot on this. So it starts off with this PVC kind of band around the neck. This is quite comfortable. It's not tight, but it is flattering, which is nice. It's very, very shiny. And then it goes down into this really cool print, and I love the print of this. It's a black on black velvet print. It's not burnt out or anything. It just looks like it's, I don't know, like printed on top of it. It's very unique, which is why I liked this one. But it's basically got moons, snakes, and then it's got these little sleeves. It has this huge cutout. I mean, it doesn't look big like on here, but the way it sits is just too much. Again, it's got like snake heads there. I like how it's open with the fangs. It is quite difficult to see. You really have to get it to catch the light just right. And then it's got stitch marks on the chest. Ah, you can see it a bit better there. It's got the moon there. Is it a Leviathan, like this sign? I'm not too sure. But again, you really have to get it at the right angle in the light. But I really liked the print. I thought it was really cool. And then at either side on the waist, you've got two of these PVC buckles that you can adjust. And then coming off at either side, you've got these like straps that sit on like your hips at either side, and these are also adjustable, so you could take them off if you wanted to wash this dress just to make your life easier. And the skirt is, it's not a skater skirt, it is like one of those like A-line ones. Sorry for all the rattling. But it is the buckles, so it just kind of goes straight down, and then you've got this PVC band across the bottom of it. To get into this dress, there is a zip that goes from the very top of the neck all the way down to here, so it's very easy to get on. Now, I found the zip didn't get stuck around the seam, which I was surprised. Like, it was a very smooth zip. However, when you get to this PVC part, that's where it gets stuck. So I feel like that's a common thing with Killstar zips. So quality wise, it feels nice. There's like a couple of like loose threads. They're very short though. That's the only quality thing I found with this, and that's not really too much of an issue. This feels very, very soft, and the velvet feels like a nice material. I think it's actually a very nice dress. It feels like more of like a clubbing dress though, and I'm not someone who goes clubbing. It's a bit too much for what I go to. Like I go to like Starbucks and maybe like a shopping day. Like it's just a bit too much for that. So I wouldn't have the occasion to wear this too, and you'll see in the try on, but like this neck thing is just so low. Like if it sat a bit higher, I might have considered it, but I also felt that it was a bit too big in the chest and a bit too tight on the waist. So I do sometimes have that issue, and this dress is unfortunately one of them. But I think it's a nice dress. It's just, I just wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it out, and also the fact that the chest was loose just means it gapes even more. And when I tried it on, it did like fall below like my bra sometimes, which I just don't want that. I don't want that hassle when I go out. So unfortunately this one will be going back. But I think quality wise it's nice. I love the print, but the print is also not as obvious, and I thought it would be as well. So sizing wise, I guess it's true to size ish, but maybe everything. So 2 pairs of shoes that I am obsessed with, 2 pieces of clothing I really didn't like. I guess the dress was alright, but yeah. And then the harness I think is like nice enough for what it is. But that was everything. So I definitely had quite the haul for you there. I feel like this video is going to be a long one to edit, but I hope that this is helpful, especially for like the shoes, because I know people really wanted reviews of the shoes. So I hope this helps you if you've been looking at them, or any of the pieces I've showed you really. So do subscribe if it was helpful, and also let me know if you've picked up anything, and also if you picked up that velvet top, what you thought about it. Do let me know in the comments. Do like this video if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.